Good morning, good morning. Welcome to 4x8 Paper Stuff. This is Beth. We are in day 2 of what I'm calling November tidbits. Just kind of playing along. But this is something I have wanted to do for a very long time. I'm going to make a seashell palette using watercolors in the seashells because, half my life is spent at the beach now, in retirement. So how fun can this be? Or how bad can it go? I don't know, but let's just see. So these are some shells I collected, or shells that were in my husband's seafood stew the other day, seafood pasta the other day. We've had a very bad year of shells so far at the beach. And I'm adding in some colors that I don't want to mix anything with. And these are just cheap student grade watercolors. So black, white, yellow, and ochre, and Prussian blue. I'm just getting out of the tube. But then I want to mix a couple of my own colors and see what happens. So I stupidly mixed these on my craft thing, which is fine, except that it was hard to transfer that to the seashell. But that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Live and learn. Next time I make my next seashell palette, I will do it a little differently. I might squirt it in the tube, into the shell and mix it. But anyhow, I got some really pretty greens. And this is a palette that I'm just going to probably use at the beach. That's what it's intended for. And it'll stay at the beach. And I have tons of paint left here. A little bit of watercolor goes a long way. And so anyhow, it was fun. It is freezing here this morning. It was 32 when we woke up. 2 days ago, we had 80. 80. 2 days ago. We were in shorts from probably April until 2 days ago. 2 days ago. And I'm just trying to scrape off the paint off that brush because it's super thick. This is a little bit darker. It's got a little bit more of a turquoisey shade to it. All of my greens are pretty close, but it was still fun. It was just an experiment and fun, and that's all that this was intended for, was fun. But it is hard for me to try to get the paint off the paintbrush into the shell. So I'm kind of using the card as a scraper, and then I'm dripping it into the shell. So then I thought, okay, well, I've got all this extra paint. I'll just put it in this Starbucks lid and use that for the next few days here on anything I might paint. But then I'm like, I want to make some other colors, which I ended up making, I think, 2 more colors. So I needed 2 more shells. So luckily I have a vase of shells here from other trips to the beach. And ever since we had Hurricane Ian, the beginning of last year, we have not had good shells at the beach at all. They're on some other part of the East Coast, somewhere else. Anyhow, so this time I mixed it in the paint shell, or in the seashell, and it works better. It works better. Note to self, next seashell palette, mix them in the shells. So I just Gorilla Glued all of these shells to this tin, and I did this last night so that everything would dry well enough to use it, and that everything would be stuck well. But I'm deciding I need a little bit of a different color. Maybe a reddish brown might be one that I can use. So I went for it. And I added, I think it was yellow ochre. Or no, this is sienna. This is sienna, but I'm going to name it something else, I'm sure. And I'm scraping this onto a mail envelope from Allie Edwards to see, this could be my Halloween. This could be my December daily cover. I don't know. We shall see, but I couldn't waste all that paint. Last night, you saw me make a paint palette. It's dry. I have been wanting to do this for the longest time, mainly because I have, let's see if I can reach it. This is not cheap. This was bought at Good Postage in Charlotte. Pretty expensive for what it is, for sure. But they're supposed to be great paints, and I've used them a little bit. I haven't used them a lot. But I wanted a paint palette that I could call my own, name it what I wanted to, and use it at the beach. So I mixed up, I think I already told you this, mixed up beach colors. And I used a lot of black and a lot of white because you can add and subtract from these. So, and I made up my own greens and blues. So let's do a paint palette, okay? Now let's see. I need a small paintbrush. My paintbrushes leave a lot to be desired right now. Huh. Let me see if I can find a water brush. Here's a good water brush. Are you leaving? All right, so let's just do black and white. I'm in here, dear. Well, I'm not in there. Okay, the dog hopefully has settled down. If he starts barking again, I apologize. All right, and then I left yellow because I love yellow and everything. And we had two choices of yellow. We had a lemon yellow and a yellow, which these are just Pentel paints, which are kind of like a student grade, I think. Watercolor tubes, but I love a good yellow. So those are straight out of the tube. And I think I'm going to like make a paint palette spot. But I want to name these after the beach. Okay. So now we get into, I think I'm going to, all right, that's 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now we have a brown that I mixed. It's kind of like a reddish something. And you can add other colors to it to make it another color. Here's like green. Here's a lighter green. Not much different though. A little bit, but not a lot. Now this one, I put a lot of white and yellow in. So they're a little bit different. Not a lot, but a little. And then this blue should be much lighter. Ooh, it's not much lighter. Hush, hush. It's a little bit lighter than that one. So 3, 6, 6, and 4 is 10, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's all of them. All right. And I'm doing this in my Hobonichi. One, to stay within the Hobonichi month. Yesterday was just a haul. All this stuff I got through a whole month. I did not get it in one day. That was yesterday's haul. I accidentally sent everything to here instead of the beach where we were. So now, we're still trying to focus on Hobonichi. Even if I don't work in my Hobonichi, I'm going to work in a Hobonichi journal. But for right now, we have to give our paints names. So I'm going to put, I think I'm just going to put black and white. Black, white. Instead of Prussian blue, it's going to be high tide blue. Let's do that. Because when it's high tide, the water's darker, or so it seems. And yellow ochre is going to be clean sand. even though our sand is more gray, but that's okay. Don't tell anybody. And then the yellow is going to be sandpiper beak. I like that. This is going to be let's go to inlet, 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 inlet. Inlet, inlet. What's another color for green? Inlet, inlet. Oh, inlet. What is this called? Inlet, inlet, inlet. I'm having a hard time here, people. Okay, let's try. There's too many greens. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, okay. Okay, this can be shark fin. I have seen a shark fin at the beach. Ooh, not last summer, but the summer before. 2021. Shark fin. Okay, so we have inlet. Inlet seaweed. Let's do that. Okay. This could be why are you scratching my chair pad? Huh? Why are you scratching my chair pad? All right, this could be driftwood. Even though we really don't get a lot of driftwood. The West Coast does. All right, I need 2 more green names. Oh, gosh. Moss. Okay, what is the inlet? What is the stuff that sits on top of the... It's not mud. It's not moss. It's kind of like seaweed. All right. Okay. I'm trying to think of other animals. Egrets, swans. Oh. A mallard green. Like they're pretty heads. When the sun shines on it, it's that color, right? Right. Now, one more green. Then we have lots of mallards. What other animals do we have? Okay, I really wanted one to be called sea sloth. So sea sloth. Because the name of our beach house is the Sea Sloth. S-E-A. Eyes of sloth. Oh my God. So like eyes of newt, eyes of sloth. I make myself laugh. See? When the world is kind of crazy right now, make yourself laugh. Make a funny paint palette. So this is called sea sloth. Sea sloth.
Sea Sloth Shades. Sea Sloth Shades. And it's in seashells. I got to make a label for my lid. But I did want to... Is this dry enough? I think. Where's a piece of deli paper? Okay. I wanted to, yesterday, oh, you know what? We're going to do this on another piece of paper because I'm going to attach it. But there's a football game on tonight. None of which are my favorite teams, but it's time where I can do something. Okay. I wanted to, this week, find Amy, which means Amy Tangerine alphabet stamps, which will be the second time I have lost her for a decent length of time. Sorry, Amy. Oh, Judy, I loved your composition notebook. Aren't these great? I'm going to have to see if this lady makes other stuff. Not sponsored. Alley Scraps. I mean, that would be fun to on Amazon. These are just this is just a paper that she painted, and then she made a little book. And this is dot grid. Are they all dot grid? I think you can order them in different things. Yeah, because this is dot grid. Love these. Okay, sidetrack. Sorry. Squirrel. Find Amy. I wanted to make a seashell palette. Check. I need to fix October daily spine, preferably without sewing it. Seemed like there was something else I wanted to do. Huh. Are y'all screaming at me? Oh, I need to bring tape to beach. Double-sided tape. I'm almost out there. And I already have it set aside. So we did that, and I'm going to say we did that. So I need to find Amy, fix my October daily spine. Seems like there was something else I wanted to do. I need to finalize my decision about December. December daily decision. Because I have like a million of them. Ideas. I kind of want to do another book report. Last year I did Charlie Brown's Christmas. And that was fun. Alright, I think I'm going to put this then in my... This is a Post-it. Oh, and I wanted to catch up on my Hobonichi stuff, I think is what it was. Maybe Hobo ketchup. Okay, so we're set. We have a new paint palette. And we even have, we need to make a cute little label. Sea Sloth Shades. Black, white, high tide, clean sand, sandpiper beak, driftwood. That really is not applicable. Inlet seaweed, mallard green, eyes of sloth, and shark fin. Driftwood. Seagull poop? No, it's not really red. If it is, they need to go to the vet. Mermaid lipstick? Yes, I love that. Okay. Let me. Mermaid lipstick. Every lipstick, every mermaid I've ever seen, that's the shade of her lipstick, right? Right. Black, white, high tide, clean sand, sandpiper beak, mermaid lipstick, inlet seaweed, mallard green, eyes of sloth, and shark fin. I like that. Okay. Thanks for watching. See you all tomorrow. In probably a big catch up here. All right, Mr. Dog, you ready to go?